So, hi everyone, I'm going to start this session now. So, this is the first day that we are going to discuss about um, LWC, that is Lightning Web Component. So, on this today's session, we are going to discuss about these three things. Okay, so why do we need LWC, and how we can develop LWC, and then a small program that I'm going to use here. Okay, that is common for all programming, like hello world programming. Okay, so why actually LWC came in the picture when we already had Aura component. Okay, so so when we had Aura, what is the need of LWC? Okay, so because like in around 2014 when Lightning was introduced, and after again in after a few years we got LWC. So that's a very common question that comes. So the main reason for that is uh, we can see this screen basically, like if we go to this 2014 web stack. So before we discuss this, I would like to tell you, like when we talk about Aura component is like custom framework, right? And LWC is something open source, and it's completely, or we can say almost, built on a web standard. So when Lightning was introduced at the time, if we see the web stack, so if we can see this blue line, this is nothing but a custom framework. So like data services, UI components, component model, templates, rendering, language extension, these all were on custom framework. And the the below we can see this ECMAScript, event, standard elements, and rendering, these were all like a web standard thing. So if we see this one, right, you can see that like most of the things were on the custom framework, on the framework we can say, not on the standard web browser or web stack. But when if you look out this one, this graph, this 2019 web stack, so they have done lost a lot of customization, they have improved a lot. Like you can see all these things that were on the in 2014 web stack, there were a lot of stuff that were on the framework, they have brought that into standard web stack, like web component, templates. If you see template here, they were on the framework, but now the template, that LWC, or we can see in 2019 web stack, they have brought here itself on the standard itself, custom elements, Zero DOM, decorators, module, ECMAScript 7, and all these things they have brought into web stack. So Lightning was actually built on this. The reason behind this, they had a Aura framework, and Aura, it was like a custom framework. And if we go to the next screen, here we can see that like in 2019 web stack, these are the like web standard, web component, template, and custom element. And when we see the LWC, Lightning Web Component, we can see here, like, see, web component, templates, custom elements, Shadow DOM, these all things are developed on the web stack itself, we can say. Okay, this is all standard. So now we can ask, like, we can go into, like, what is the use of this basically, why we are going to develop everything on web stack itself, as well. So the reason behind this is you will get a better performance. Like when you develop anything on Lightning, it can be a bit slow, because it will run JavaScript compiler, and so a lot of compilation will be happening at the framework side as well. So, but in LWC, since we are using standard web stack, so with that way, this application will be faster than Lightning one. So if we see here, uh, additional to this web standard, uh, Lightning Web Component using three custom framework that were on the Lightning as well, we are using in the LWC as well, like this one. For security, Lightning Data Services and base Lightning component. So if anyone might be working on here, if they might be working on Lightning, if you're aware of Lightning, so you might be aware of this Lightning Data Services, LDS, which that was called. So that thing we are going to use in Lightning component as well. Like here you can see Lightning Locker for security, Lightning Data Services, that is called LDS. Like without the code itself, we can fetch the record and display. and the base Lightning component library. So like you might be developing, um, suppose if you want to develop any input, suppose, sorry, so if you want to develop like input, right, if you want to capture first name, last name, or you want to give a pick list value or something, so we used to use this Lightning component uh, library from there, and I will show you from where that is. So uh, that the same thing we are using in Lightning web component as well. Okay. And advantage of Lightning web component, there are a lot of advantage, but the main, like, it will be better performance, it will give you better performance, it will be faster than Lightning, and compatible with Aura component. Like whatever a component that you are going to use in you are going to create in LWC, that can be used in Aura as well. But vice versa is not possible. Like you cannot use Aura component into LWC. So the reason behind this is like Aura component is like custom framework, okay, and LWC is generic framework. So we can call generic framework components into Aura, but Aura, since this is a custom one, we cannot call in generic. And this is built on modern web standard, so it will be very easy. It will be very easy to use actually. Okay. So now again a question can come. Uh, okay, so now a question can come, what about Aura component? Okay. uh, is it will it be deprecated, or are we going to Aura component, are we going to use Aura component or not, and what will be with the Aura component? So Aura component is going to be supported as it is. As so if suppose if you have an application developed on Aura component, that is going to be support as it is. But if you're going to create a new component, or if you're going to create a new application henceforth, then you can use LWC. Okay. uh, like if we do comparison, see, this is the Aura programming model and this is a Lightning web component programming model. So what is the different, what is the common that we can see with this graph? Like security and Lightning data services and base Lightning component, these three things are common in both. This is common in Lightning Aura component, and this is the same. This is also supported in Aura Lightning web component. And again, if we see that this bottom one, like ECMAScript 5, this is we will discuss in upcoming sessions what is ECMAScript. And so this is supported in Lightning Aura component as well, but the version is different. Like if you can see here, it is a 5. In LWC we use 7. Then events, standard elements, and rendering, these are the common that we will be using in both. And here the things come difference. Like as I said, LWC is built on standard web stack. Okay, standard web stack. So if you see here, it is in Aura we will be using like custom component model. So here you can see web component, template, here custom template, here is a template, custom component, custom elements we are using here, like that shadow DOM module, standard events, all these will be built on standard stuff, so that we are going to use in LWC. Okay. So now things come like how we can develop LWC, right? So we cannot develop LWC with the developer console right now, because it does not in Lightning developer console you will not find an option to create LWC. Like we used to create Aura component, we cannot create LWC from the developer console. So for that we have tools basically which is popular to create this LWC, is called Visual Studio Code, or we in short form we say like VS Code, and Salesforce CLI. Okay. So what is VS Code is basically, it's a tool where you can you can develop your component, and then you can deploy it to your org, and from there you can run it. And then another stuff we are talking about is Salesforce CLI. Salesforce CLI is nothing but will be an integration tool between Visual Studio Code and your Salesforce org. So suppose whatever the code you are doing on Visual Studio, okay, that you can deploy or that you can integrate using your Salesforce CLI to your developer org. So we will be installing this to, I will be installing this to my systems, and I will show you how it is. And There is one thing common, that when we will be creating and component, LWC component. So these are the bundles that will be created, okay, like .html. If you remember, in Aura we used to create .cmp, so that used to be created on component. But here it will be created .html, and then another bundle will be created like .js, .xml, .css, .svg. So what are these? I will explain you while I will be creating a new hello world programming. Okay, so now right now I'm going to just install this um, uh, tool basically. So I have already downloaded on my system. This is a VS Code, and this is Salesforce CLI. So you can directly go here. Okay, so you can type like code.visualstudio.com hash downloaded, and okay, so here you have all this for Windows 7, 8 and 10. You can find here, you can download for 64-bit, or you can download it for 32-bit. And if you have a different like Ubuntu or other Red Hat or other kind of Mac OS operating system, you can download from here. So you can download here, and there is another CLI that you need to download is from here. Okay, tools SFDX CLI. So this one you can download for as per your convenient, as per your operating system convenient. For Windows 64 you can download this, or Windows 32 you can download this, and if you have Mac OS or something, you can download as per your convenient. Okay, so I have already downloaded on my screen, so I'm going to install this. Okay, so it may take some time to install. Okay, so right now I'm not going to launch this Visual Studio. It is installed, but I'm not launching it. Okay, finish it. Then I'm installing this Salesforce CLI here. So this is very essential actually. There are another option to develop a component. You can develop from here as well online. So so you can search for the lightning component. So here actually, so you can search for this, or you can try with this URL, basically component library URL, and you can see here playground. Okay, so here you can be your stuff here as well. I mean, if you want to learn LWC and you want to do some small program, you can write here and you can run from here. But I would recommend we can use this tool. This tool is actually very useful, and I'll show you how it is. Why I'm saying that it is very useful. So we got the Visual Studio code here. So I will show you how it looks like actually. Um, So you can see some of the application already there, because I have already created a folder here. So that is the reason you can see that. But when you will be installing on your machine, you won't be able to see this, the files that all this program that I have created. Okay, so okay, so what I'm going to do this, I'm going to delete this. Okay, or else what I will do is, okay, so our CLI got installed, and I'll just reopen this again. Okay, and meanwhile it is loading. Next thing what you have to do is you have to add this CLI to your advanced variable on the system. Like, go to here and you can go to properties. It has to be added on system variable. Okay, so this advanced system setting, and then here environment variable. If you go here, select this path, okay, and click on edit or new, whatever you're creating. Since I have already, I had this software on my machine already, so I can see here. So up to this part, say C program file says for CLI, and then so if you go here, Salesforce CLI. Okay, so it already installed. So up to here, you need to copy this. You can copy here, and you can put this on your. You can click new, and you can add here. Okay, so because, and this is a very mandatory process, or else you won't be able to work properly. So I have already, so I have not added here. But when you will be installing it at first, you need this. You need this. Okay. So as I said, you can see a lot of folder here. So what I'm going to do is see, this is the project. I have already created a folder here. Okay, so like Salesforce 1, you can see the same folder name here, Salesforce project 1, and that you can see here. Right now I won't be able to delete this because I'm already connected with this. So I'm just leaving it right now, but on your machine what you can do is, so either you can go click here, you can see this setting here, you can click on this command palette, and you can see this screen. Okay, or else there is a shortcut, Control Shift P. Okay, if you click this Control Shift P, okay, so once you click this Control Shift P, you can see all the option here. Okay, like to connect your default org, or if you want to create a Lightning Web Component, if you want to create a Apex class, if you want to authorize your org. So you can see lot of stuff here. Okay, so like if you want to create a new project, okay, you can give any project name here. So I can see like it's like control.
Dinesh, it's okay. It was visible on its hover as well.
Okay, so after creating a project, okay, you can authorize your org here. So right now, as I said, I have already installed all this file, I've connected. So I'm directly going to open this default org instead of authorizing an org. But you can, while you're connecting at first time, you can authorize your org. So once you click on this, I'll just show you how. So you can, since you're going to connect this login.salesforce.com, you can click here and you can just click enter. So can you see here like source Salesforce CLI integration? So actually this is the work of that. It will connect you to your org basically. So this is kind of a mediator between Salesforce and Visual Studio. So here take you to the login.salesforce.com and you can authorize your org over here. So I'm not going to authorize because I have already done that on my screen. So I'm just going to cancel this. And after this, you have to do one more thing. So when you're doing a fresh installation, so here you can see I got exit code 1. The reason behind this is because I have just canceled this, and if it was successful, then you could have given got a code like exit code 0. Okay, so before that you have to install some of the extension. So you can install the extension from here. If you can see this icon, you can just click here, Salesforce extension pack, this one. So I have already installed on my machine. Like, so this Salesforce extension pack will, will have all the extension pack for Apex, then Aura component, Visual Force, and here if you can see for Lightning Web Component, Lightning Web Component. So I have all these extension packs, so I'm not going to install it again. But if you're installing it afresh, you can find an option here to install here. Okay, so you have to do that in order to develop any application, LWC application. Okay, so this is all about this. Right now, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to open my default off here. Okay, and one thing you can notice here, as I clicked on that, right, open default, or you can see here tag like sftx column, then space open default, or so either you can perform your operation from here, or you can just directly copy this, or you can just type here itself like sftx.
So it's command driven kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's kind of command driven. So you have a both option. You can try from here or you can try from there. So we got this, so we can like sftx, and we're not able to type. Okay, so it was slow. So you can type here. Okay, the same command I'm just going to copy. I can show you that. So if you click on this,
Just try to write SFDX. It will show you few options and select out of it.
yeah. So maybe we can discuss all this later. We have a lot of commands basically. So either you can type here or either you can just directly from here. So anyway, if you are going to select anything here like create lightning component, it is going to create here like this, like this command.
It's going to run the same command.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right, Dinesh.
So
no,
like
it
here,
actually works for some reason. I don't know how it is.
yeah.
But I worked on it. It works exactly same. Yeah.
Yes. So here we got like exit code 0. So exit code 0 is, it means it got successful. Here, if you can see, this was my default org, which I have connected my Visual Studio with this. So it opened here. Okay. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create one hello world programming LWC component. So I'm again Control Shift P, and here you can see create lightning web component. I will just click on this and I will give a name here, like LWC hello world. Okay.
Dinesh, after this you're going to create a project, right?
Yes, after authorizing your org, and after like once you install this, once you install CLI, and once you install your extension pack, and once you have authorized your org, and then only we can create this. Or else even after creating this component also, you can authorize and you can send your code to your org, whatever the org you have connected. So I have given a name and I'm just going to select this default. So this default folder is nothing but here. Can you see this force app main default, then LWC. So here you will get all the folder here, like, or if you want to create lightning component, it will be here, or else there is LWC here, right? So all the application that you have created will come here. So I'm just going to create here LWC hello world. Okay, and I will just click enter, and I will select the default folder itself.
So this Aura framework coding can also be done from this tool, VS Source Code.
Yes, we can do that. Meanwhile, can we ask this question at the last? That would be good actually to explain. We will discuss all this. Okay. Yes, we can develop Aura component. We can create a class from here. We can create triggers. Everything we can create from here. And one another thing, meanwhile it is creating, I can explain you one more thing here. So whenever you are creating a project, right? Suppose, so there are steps like whenever you're creating a project, this one, whenever you're creating a new project, try to create project with manifest. And the reason behind this is, so whenever you create a project, you can see project like this, Salesforce project one, and you should create project with manifest. The reason behind this, you will get one folder here called manifest.
It's there, Dinesh. It's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
In
Just
Force
below
app,
Force
the
app.
main default.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
so here you will get this package.xml, and what this package.xml means, if you might have done deployment through Ant, so there you can find this kind of, right, like types. Suppose if you want to extract Apex class, Apex component, Apex pages, so this will be very useful for that, like deploying your code to org and that kind of. So this is very useful. So whenever you're creating a project, after installing, whenever you create a new project, try to always select this create project with manifest. So this folder will be created. Okay, so let me check if our I'm going to refresh this component got created or not. Okay, so it is created. We need to check that where it is. Not, it takes some time to refresh. Maybe it should be on my machine, but not sure if it will happen with everyone. Okay, here we got it, right? So hello world LWC, this is the component
Below
that
that.
we created.
No, below that LWC hello world was the one which you created right now. This is the earlier one.
Sorry, this one. Okay.
So
This one we have created here. Okay. So as we spoke about bundles, right? So in the bundle, like we can create, we can see .html here. So this is nothing but a component. This is the component, and you can see the extension .html. If you have worked on Lightning, you can see the same. When we used to create, that was .cmp, and then .js. This is nothing but where we can write our JavaScript code. And meta.xml, this I will explain you later what it is. Basically, I will just give you a hint, like suppose if you want your component to be used in pages or record pages, where it will where it has to be used. So that we have to define here. So we will talk about this. And there are two things, another two things I spoke, like .css and .svg. So we can create directly here as well. So suppose if you're not finding that, you can create a new folder and you can give extension like .css and .svg. So what is .css, you might be aware of it, because suppose if you want to give any look and feel to your component, so at that moment you can create a CSS file. And SVG, as you know, it is used for icon, right? So for icon purpose, if you're going to create a new icon, we can you can create that SVG file. So I'm going to just create here. I'm just going to create Lightning. Okay, so before that, let's go here. Lightning component library that we spoke earlier. Okay. So anything that you want to create, suppose if you want to create an input field, okay, so you can see this is Aura component here, and this is Lightning Web component here. So you can simply type here like input. Okay, so we can see two input here. One is this one, and here we can see one input here. So this one is for Aura, actually. Aura for if you are creating a Aura component, we can pick it from here. And if we are creating for Lightning Web component, we can pick it from here. So I'm just going to click on here. Okay. So you can select anything you want if you want to input anything. So I'm just, suppose I'm taking text input. So you can see the code here. Okay. So if you want, suppose if you're not aware of coding, how we are going to type and everything, you can directly go here and you can select here and you can find this one, lightning input. This way you need to write it down. Okay. So I'm going to create one. So everything has to be created in under template. Okay. This is something standard. And like in Aura component, we used to create under Aura column component and that way. But in here, we need to create everything in template. Okay. So I'm going to create lightning. I will be creating under lightning card actually. Okay. And I'm just giving one class here, and what this class how we can use this class and all, I will explain you when I will be talking about CSS class, and at that time I will take this. I will explain you how we can create. So this is lightning card is just a component here. If you search here, you will find here like sorry. Can everyone go on mute actually? Okay. Okay. So you can search for the card, and if you click here, okay, so this way you will get a card. Card is nothing but this kind of structure you will get, like header, action, this way. Okay, so either you can copy the code from here itself, or you can just type ourselves. So I'm going to copy this here. Right. I'm not going to use anything on footer, and here I'm just removing this for now. Okay, so if you want to use a class here, you can use directly a class, and you can give your own styling. So this is one of the standard class that I'm using. Okay, and title I'm giving a hello world. Okay, under this I'm going to create one input, so that will be lightning. So here you can notice, you can, whenever you type anything, you get here as a suggestion. Okay, and if you don't get it, you can click control and then space. Okay, so lightning input, here we go. Then here we can, if you go here, you can see all the property of it, input. Okay, here, okay, you can see like label. So all this attribute you can find here itself, like value, type, time zone, time style. So all these things you can find here in the specification here itself. So I'm not going to use all here. I'm just going to use like a label, and I'm saying like enter greeting, or you can say enter some value. Okay, then I'm going to take value, and value for now I'm leaving it here, and I will explain you why I'm leaving it here. And you can use another like placeholder also. What is a placeholder? Like whenever it will load, you can find some text here, enter some text, like, or you can say greetings. Okay, and here I'm going to use one of the standard event, like on change. Okay, so on change, I'm just going to call handle greeting. Okay, and I'm going to just close this. Okay, so before I go for the JavaScript code, I would like to explain some few things here. So suppose, okay, if you go for the lightning component, we used to use this way, right? We used to define this, and then something like v.name, something like that here, but in LWC you don't have to use that way, that method. You can just define within this. So suppose if you have any variable, you can define any variable, that's it. Or if you are going to call any JavaScript function, you can just call JS function like this. Okay, so that is what I have done here. So this is on chain, and this is nothing but our method name, and I have just defined like this, and I'm going to create the same method here. Okay, so here you can see I have a value, but I have not bind any value, any variable with this. So we have to create a variable to bind the value here. Okay, because we need to receive this value. So I'm going to create a variable here called input value. Okay, input value, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is whatever the okay, right now I'm just going to deploy this. Okay, deploy this, and we are going to see how it looks like. So before we deploy, we need to create app. Okay, so lightning app I'm creating here, and we can say
Is it compulsory to create an
okay.
app?
Yes, it is compulsory. So the reason we are creating app is because see, if you the way we used to run our component, if you remember in lightning, we used to create an app, and from that app we used to call our component. The same way here we are creating an app, and this app is nothing but basically this our application only. So you can see this tag, our application. So it is the same thing. So here what I'm going to do is and there is one thing another, like whenever you're creating any component here, right? So suppose you are creating a component, we have created a like LWC hello world, right? This is what we have created. But whenever you're calling this okay, we will discuss this later on rather than right now. So I'm just calling this here C. So this is the way we used to call our application, and I will type like LWC, and we can see here itself LWC hello world. Okay, and to achieve look and feel, we are going to use this icon. I think this is already earlier we used to use in our Aura lightning as well. Okay, so extends force column SLDS. So what it will do is, okay, so okay, what it will do is it will okay, it will connect with your SLDS basically. So it will give you all the look and feel here, SLDS look and feel. So maybe I will remove this and I will show you what it is, so you can understand more better way. Okay, so I'm going to deploy this code. So again, Control Shift P, and here deploy this source to org. Okay, so I'm selecting this, and it started deploying. Okay,
So it
this got deployed.
here, yeah, it deployed all the components which were open, or how is it?
See, whatever the components had been deployed, you can check out here. Okay,
Okay.
so here like html.jss, and this file got deployed, but the app has not been deployed here.
Yeah.
So anything that is there, you can
Okay.
deploy it. So you have to deploy this again. Now I'm deploying this app here.
Okay, sure.
So I'm going to, meanwhile, this is getting deployed. I'm going to my org here, and I'm going to open this developer console. Okay, so I can see the deployed component here. Okay, so okay, this is got deployed here. Okay, and if you go here, open, and so this is what we created. Okay, this app. Oh no, what's my app name? App underscore LWC. Okay, so shit, sorry. No, we did not get yet. Okay, here it says it's got deployed. So let me check this out again.
Refresh it. Yeah.
LWC underscore app.
App underscore something.
Okay, here it is. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm just going to open this one. Okay, so here we got it. So let us preview this. Okay, so you see here we can see hello world, and then enter some value, and we can see here some placeholder. But this doesn't look good, right? And we don't have any CSS, or we don't have SLDS connected with this. So that is the reason we should use here this one, extends force colon SLDS. When we use this, what happens is it connects with SLDS. Okay, so let me deploy this again. So every time you made any changes, you have to save this, and then you have to deploy it again to your source code. So okay, so meanwhile this is getting deployed here. Let's write some logic here in order to display. So okay, it is deployed, and now you just go and refresh this. Can you see the look and feel, right? It got changed completely. So like you can see the title that we defined here, and this is the variable that label that we give, and this is the placeholder that we give greetings. Okay, so let's write down some logic here to make it work. So what I'm going to do is, so in case if you want to bring any value when you want to communicate, or from value from here. So suppose if you want to bring this value, this input value to your LWC here. Okay, so what we have to use, how we can do that, we can do that using this event. Okay, so you have to do the event, and what I'm going to do this, I'm going to assign that value, this input value, to this variable. Okay, so this we can call, we have to call like this dot input value. Okay, equal to, so this is syntax to call like event dot target dot what we need here. Okay, value. So we have not bind the value here. So what we can do is we let's bind the value first. The variable we have created, its input value. Okay, so this is the that we have created here, input value. So I'm binding this with this input value. Okay, we are getting some error. Okay, we don't have to use this. Okay, so I have bind this here, And what we are going to do is we are going to call this value. Okay, so this dot value. Okay.
So Dinesh, value should be same as your variable which you have defined.
See, value is a standard.
No. Inside that you have you are calling input val.
Yes. This should be same as this, because
first we should write here, right? First we should define, then we should use there, right?
Yes. See, yes, obviously. So if you are going to pick any value, so whatever your value you are going to enter here, that value has to be, we have to create some memory, right? We have to create some variable to hold that value.
Okay.
So that is the reason I have mapped.
Dinesh, Saita, how will decide the type of the variable, like string
that's
or
what I was asking.
text or input?
Sorry for this. Can we complete this, and then at the later stage we can discuss all this.
Okay.
Let's complete this first. Okay. So what I've created a variable here, and I've just assigned this value. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to display this value here itself. Like, I just want to display on the page itself. So we can say like entered value is, that's it. Okay. So what will happen basically, we have mapped this value with one of the variable, and what I'm doing this, I'm getting that value. Okay. And I'm assigning that value to this variable. Okay. Now let's deploy the code and understand how it is working. And
so Dinesh, event parameter, what it is holding that this
event is basically
controller?
Event what does is
We are
it communicates.
Okay.
So
there is nothing related to Apex class.
No, nothing. See, we are not right now. We are not communicating with any Apex class or anything. We are just communicating with this page, this HTML page, and to bring that value to communicate with that, we do using this event and event dot target. I mean, we are targeting this value. So that is what event dot target, and this value we can define. See, if you want to display here one thing. Yeah, this is a mandatory thing. So suppose I want to display the label. Okay, label. We can say like input label. I'm just defining one more variable here, input label, and I want to print out this label, whatever the label we have given here, that value I need it. So what I can do is, so this dot input label equal to, again, event dot target dot label. Okay, this label, I'm giving this label here. This one. Okay, cool. Let me deploy this. Okay, I should have entered here. I can display this value as well, label. So this one. I just saved this and I'm deploying it again. So you can, so your output should be like whatever the value you are entering here. So by default, you can see this greeting as a placeholder. And after that, whatever the value you are entering, that should be displayed here because we are writing on chain. Okay. So this has got deployed. Let's see the output here. So right now we are just getting the static value, enter value and something. So right now, if you write here, like if you write hello world, can you see this? Whatever the value you are typing here, you can see here, hello world 1, 2, 3, and the label we are getting this enter some value. So enter some value is nothing but the label that we have given. So this is the way you can fetch your values, event.target.value, event.target.label, or anything, any properties that you want to bring from here, you can communicate with this here right now. So this is the output. Suppose if you're changing here, like hello world, anything like your like greetings. So whatever you are going to type here, that is going to be come here. Okay. So this is like on change. So this
So
is
Dinesh,
like,
show me again how it is taking text value here. Go back to the component.